Hi, so now we're going to learn about how to debug bubble apps. Okay, so debugging is a really powerful feature and I have hinted it in other previous videos, but now we're going to specifically spend a little bit of time on debugging. Okay, so if we click the preview button, we see the app loading. Now what we can do here is, we don't have the reference here. Let's just pass restaurant 1. And it'll show us everything. Okay, so to enable the debugger, we just pass $debug_mode equals true. Okay, and that will show this bottom bar. Okay, and there are 3 modes: normal, slow, step by step. So normal is just normal action. Okay, if I click slow, it will run the workflows, but they'll run slowly. I'm not doing anything, they're running slowly. Okay, step by step, most useful when debugging workflow actions. We click view item and every workflow just pauses, and I click run next, run next, run next, and I see workflows as they happen. Okay, now within even in normal mode, you can what's called a breakpoint. So if I click show at this each workflow action at the very bottom, add a breakpoint in debug mode. Add a breakpoint. So if I click here, so whenever debug mode is enabled, that is debug mode true is passed, even in normal mode, that breakpoint will pause. Where did I what floating? Okay, so I put it in the floating one here. So just paused breakpoint at that state. Very useful for like, okay, it's very hard to step by step in long workflows, can be hard. So let's just add a breakpoint here, see what happens then and there. Okay, now within this there's lots of properties here. The stuff that's blue, light blue, you can highlight it and click it, and the evaluator will tell you what it is. Okay, and you can see inspect every kind of variable. Okay, so what is it? It's the current cell item. 3 fields are hidden because of privacy rules. The type of logged in user or logged out user doesn't have privacy rules configured to see this. The price is 10, Apple, restaurant, the unique ID, everything. So we can see a lot here. Continue, click run next. Now within, these are just the debugger modes, but here you can also click inspect, and that'll just open this full bar, and then you can select any element. So that's so the modes on the left, normal, slow, step by step, they're useful for debugging workflows. If you want to debug a particular element as to why is this element displaying apple juice in 10, I don't know why this element is displaying apple juice in 10, or why it's not displaying apple juice in 10. I'll click inspect, and then I can hover over any element. Okay, and will show me the properties of that element. If I click here, this is a text element. Okay, so why this text is apple juice. What's the dynamic evaluator? Parent group items name. That's why it's displaying apple juice. Oh, so I need to look at the parent. Okay, so I can kind of look at these. Okay, I can open a floating. What's going on? It's just you can select the button, view floating group items. Floating group item has the parent item as apple juice. It's very powerful, especially repeating groups are slightly special. You can see the whole list here. You can see the search, and you can see how the search evaluates. Okay, so this constraint was passed, this sort was passed, these things were passed. That's why this returned this result. Okay, you can kind of check filters here as well. So the overall, the debugger is really powerful, and it depends, API calls, plugin actions, many things. You can you just have to use the debugger almost all the time, because it's very rare to get a workflow right, essentially. Okay, even after being an advanced bubbler or something, it's rare to get a workflow right first time. You have to use the debugger. You have to run mode. You have to check, see if it's working or not. All right, so that's it for this video, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.